The true measure of whether or not a country is free is whether or not its people are allowed to criticize its government without fear of reprisal.
Hi, I'm Michael Parks of Frontline Tactical Solutions.
And I'm Admin from Bear Flag Trading Company.
Today we wanted to do a joint video working on these vestguy.com plates. The main thing that I'm kind of interested about is how they stand up in comparison to traditional ceramic savvy plates. And Brian is actually the one that turned me on to these, if you want to tell him a little bit about that.
I was actually turned on to the AR500 steel plate from another user here on YouTube, and went and checked him out and hit the Vest Guy up, and he was actually kind enough to send me a plate to shoot. That video we did back in May, and Mike here wanted some plates to test out, so I acquired a pair for him, and we had a fun day at the range.
Absolutely. This is my plate that he was able to get for me here, and if you can zoom in a bit, we shot this up with 308, 223, 45, 40, and 9, and put about 3 mags of each different caliber except for the 308. It ate it all up, no penetrations whatsoever, and it's going to be a little bit difficult to see, but on the back side, one 308 left a small dimple, but nothing penetrated, and it wasn't very severe. Really good takeaways from this is it's actually a much better thing, ballistically wise, for protection if you're wearing a plate for a very short period of time. One of the things that we both just went over and were checking out was the stats here. The ceramic plate weighs approximately 4.75 pounds, whereas the metal plate
weighed in at 9.4 pounds, so heavier, but again, for a short period of time, I think the ballistic protection this is going to afford you is well worth a couple extra pounds.
Yeah, basically you're going to have double the weight. However, depending on your application, if you're a law enforcement officer or a civilian sheepdog like Brian here, it could be worth your time to look into these things. The ceramic will only stop approximately, and everything is always up to change because the ceramics are different. They have a shelf life according to all manufacturers, and also they only take usually 4 to 5 rounds of impact before you lose protection from the ceramic plate. Because once it starts breaking apart and disintegrating, those rounds are going to go right through the soft armor like butter. So you have to kind of feel out what exactly it is that your application is. If you're a SWAT operator, you're going to be issued all this stuff anyway, and you're not going to have to really concern yourself with it. However, if you're a patrolman out on patrol, or a civilian sheepdog that just wants to keep a vest for, if the zombies are coming, or when somebody's trying to kick in your front door and you want some protection, this is something you need to consider. You have the double the weight almost metal plates that'll stop pretty much anything that most people will be carrying out there between 308 and 9 cm. And then you got the ceramics, which will stop a few, but are much lighter. So basically, if you're a SWAT operator, you're going to be issued it. If you're a patrolman or a civilian guy, you have to take in the effect. Also, what's the cost on these?
You can get a set of the large plates. The largest plate comes corner cut, the other ones don't. You can get a set for about $300. And that was one of the biggest key factors for me, being the civilian. I don't need a pair of plates every day, but when I want some armor, this hit me in the wallet a lot less than ceramics would, and I know it's going to work. As far as shelf life, I'm actually not sure what the manufacturer says, but being steel with the nice coating on it, rust is probably going to be the biggest thing to take this plate down, and not really worried about that being in the home. So the cost was a huge factor for me in choosing a pair of plates.
Yeah, and again, going on the cost, ceramics you're going to look at for any decent, reputable maker of ceramic plates out there, like Blackhawk, or these ones here are tactical armor products out of Tennessee. You're looking at $400 usually per plate. Now, the only thing that we haven't been able to talk about the owner with of these plates is maybe making some different sizes with the edge cuts into them. I'm sure he can custom make some stuff, and he has some very good rapport with them, so we can work on that later. So if any of you guys out there want some of these plates or have any questions, you can send us queries to either Bear Flag site or our site, and we'll gladly get back to you with feedback on it. The one kind of principle that a lot of you guys don't think about, that we were both just talking about before the video, is I'm a medium frame guy, so I wear medium plates. These are the large size plates of the metal plates, and they, again, as we said, as it is right now, they don't make corner cut different sizes. This is the large plate. If you're a smaller or medium-sized guy like me, you might want to take into consideration what size plates you're wearing in the front and in the back. Traditionally, we just get in the military You get issued 2 medium plates, 2 large, 2 small, whatever size you are, and that's what you get. One thing that'd be kind of nice though is what a lot of people don't think about when you're shouldering your weapon. If you have too large of a plate in the front and you start shouldering your weapon a little bit closer to center chest, what a lot of guys are teaching nowadays, like the Magpul guys and most of the mainstream shooting courses, is you start having the plate edge kind of throwing your buttstock off. So the smaller the plate that still covers your vitals, for me, a medium works perfect for me. Whereas I'd like to have a large plate in the rear because I don't have to worry about shouldering a weapon into my shoulder blade. So we'll talk to these guys and see if we can maybe get some new cuts made. But as it stands right now, those are things you need to take into account when you're looking at what kind of plates you do want and don't want. Anything else you got?
You know, one other factor that I really like about the steel plate is the thickness. I'll kind of hold it up here. This plate's about 1/4 of an inch thick, so it doesn't stand off as much. We know with tack vests, you get more and more equipment, especially in the winter. You may be wearing a jacket underneath your vest, and just to keep things close to the body and more comfortable, maybe if you're in the prone position for a long period of time, that thickness was something I really considered, and I really appreciate the fact that these are as slim as they are.
Very good point. Very good point. I forgot to bring that up. Thank you. So yeah, exactly. Just caveating, look at the size difference on the thickness between the ceramics and the steel, and that's a very good point I didn't think about is when you go prone, and also with cold weather. Again, we're down here in sunny Southern California, so cold weather isn't exactly extreme. So take all of the things into consideration when you're looking at your plates. And once again, I'm Mike Frontline Tactical.
Admin from Bear Flag Trading Company.
Stay safe, stay sharp, keep your head on a swivel. Thanks for watching.
See you soon.